Oh, sorry I look like a mess this morning. I just like woke up like literally at like 6:10 or something. I was supposed to do the stream at 6, but I fell asleep because I'm tired. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The hurricane watch and your latest update on the tropics. We have a lot to cover, as you can see right here. Going from left to right, we have. I'm gonna go on this side because it would make more sense. Extratropical storm Jimena. We have Invest 92E. We have an AOE at 40% an area of investigation. We also have an area of investigation in the CPAC moving into the West Pacific at the 30%. In the Gulf of Mexico. We got a 50%, a 30%, and Invest 92L has a 50% chance of development. Nothing going on in the Indian Ocean, as you can see. We have Tropical Storm Lupit. We have Tropical Storm Mirinae. We have Invest 91W. 91W at 30%, and Tropical Storm Nida. So this was supposed to be as of 1200 UTC, even though it's like 11:24 UTC. So currently we still got those storms, producing lots of heavy rain and flooding across parts of southern China and eastern China. We got a lot of that, and we got some flooding going on in northern Japan. Um, with Index 92E, there's a chance of some heavy rain. There's a chance of some heavy rain and some coastal flooding with Index 92E right here. I think I can zoom into that part so I can actually show you what I'm talking about. Okay, there you go, perfect. So this part, Invest 92E here, is going to be moving generally away from the coast, but right now it is relatively close to the coast, and so right now it's producing some heavy rain and going to be producing some flooding also. Moving over to the Atlantic, we got all these systems moving off the coast and moving towards the Caribbean. Some of them have a greater chance of developing. We watch those in the later into time. They're, regardless of development right now, they're going to produce a lot of heavy rain and probably some flash flooding because a lot of the islands there in the Lesser Antilles are I think it's a volcanic chain of islands and very mountainous, so lots of flooding and possibly a lot of flash flooding, and of course landslides and mudslides that are happening too. So you're going to have a lot of flooding, lots of flash flooding in that region because of lots of heavy rain. So that's also going to be a problem that we're going to be closely monitoring with these systems as they get close to that area. So regardless of development, flooding is always the biggest threat, regardless of the storm, regardless of the strength, size, and the intensity. No matter if it's a low tropical an area of investigation or if it's a full-blown Category 5, they're all going to produce flooding. Even if it's a tropical depression, still produce flooding. Tropical Storm Allison in 01, even though it was only a tropical storm, produced a huge amount of flooding in the Houston area. And then you had Hurricane Laura, Category 4, 150-mile-an-hour winds, brought storm surge 30 miles inland. So regardless, they both do a huge amount of flooding, regardless if it's a catastrophic hurricane or not. In terms of winds is what I'm talking about. And then over here in the West Pacific, we got Tropical Storm Lupit right here, just hanging there off the south coast of China there. Again, this is also producing a lot of rain, lots of heavy rain, and then also Tropical Storm Rain, just sitting there right off the east coast of China there, also producing a lot of heavy rain in that region also. If it's 71W, moving right towards the south of Japan there. I will also produce a lot of heavy rain and also will produce quite a bit of flooding in that region. Also going to be a problem there. And then you have Nida just hanging away out here, not doing a whole lot. But definitely 91W can produce a lot more flooding in the Japan region. So that's what we're looking at today in terms of tropics. So again, Jimena, most of these are dying out, but again, if it's 92L, isn't looking good for development, which is very, very good. I think that dry air is going to get into that system very well and choke it out. I do want to look at the North Atlantic just because we do know the North Atlantic is going to start getting active, but we don't exactly know when, per se. We'll just say that. So here, going into this system, if I talk about it, as y'all saw there, the GFS shows that, oh Lord, this system right here, showing the GFS showing this system moving this direction, could actually become something serious that we need to watch out for. Now, again, I'll be watching for all these systems. I'll be watching very closely. The GFS is not showing this system at all developing into anything, but regardless, we still need to watch it. If it does develop into something, the National Hurricane Center says it still has a chance of developing, and so we'll still be watching that system if it does, in fact, develop. Okay, so I just want to look at the GFS. And now, the GFS is just one model. There's hundreds of models. These are only the models that that this website gives us. These are just some of the models out there. There are hundreds of global models out there that predict weather. We do have this system, as you can see. Now, I'm not saying this does become anything serious, because that, again, it does take a turn well to the north. Now, looking at this, okay, so you look at this. If you look at this, this thing shows it could become a tropical storm within the next 78 hours. It's 1,001 millibars. Next 78 hours is showing this could become a tropical storm. So if we start to see signs of development and this thing starts to begin to intensify, we will start to look at this more, look into this more, and try to see if we need to make predictions. That's a first that's 78, that's a little more than like 3.5 days out. So that's something we're going to be watching out for. So, again, if we need to watch it, we will certainly watch it, and I'll let y'all know what there is to watch out for if that does develop. But according to the GFS, as y'all saw, this could indeed become well, I wouldn't say our first major hurricane at all. But actually, it could become our first major hurricane as it moves farther north. It's very hard to know. So this is certainly something to watch out for. Something very scary. Oh yeah, and the GFS, I don't think no longer shows a system in the Gulf of Mexico. That's what we mean when we talk about consistency. Does it continue to show that? Now with this system out here, there's not a lot of time for consistency. This one the European model already shows quite a lot of cyclonic vorticity with this, which already shows that this could be organizing. But according to the European model, doesn't show it's going to organize into anything at all, and we're not going to get anything even into the 17th of August. The Canadian model. Let's see what this. Let me show you. Let me see what the Canadian model is showing. My God, is that a storm off the coast of? So the Canadian model tries to develop it a little bit. There's a possibility that it does turn into some sort of a storm. Maybe even right there. Quite a little bit of vorticity rotation there. There's a chance it could turn to a tropical storm, but again, there's a chance that it doesn't. Icon. I'm not seeing anything really overly impressive with the icon. There's not anything that the icon is showing that's super duper impressive at the moment. We do have some storms developing in the East Pacific. I do want to show you what we're looking at the East Pacific right now. The East Pacific is still very, very active, as y'all can very clearly tell. The heck is this crap? Stupid ass that don't even never light. Getting all these weird. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the GFS and show you what we're looking at in terms of what we're seeing in the East Pacific. Again, there's this storm up here that looks very, very broad, but doesn't have a huge chance of developing, which isn't something we're really worried about. The next storm that has the biggest chance is that smaller one. As you can see, could become a major hurricane. Air pressure dropping down as low as 950 millibars. And then possibly another storm trying to develop. That might actually be the last storm that tries to develop. The Atlantic is gonna probably blow up by that point. Go over to look at the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Yeah, a few minutes. Here's 91W, Lupit, Mirinae, Lupit, Mirinae, Nida. So Ninda's way off the coast of Japan. Mirinae is giving some bands into southern Japan, and Lupit is still producing some rain off over Taiwan and parts of eastern China right now. Oh, there's really not a lot to say right now. I mean, there's a lot going on, but, you know, there's a lot going on, but right now the biggest threat we gotta watch out for is what is the Atlantic gonna do? Alright, what is the North Atlantic gonna do? And that's what we're worried about. Alright, we believe that the North Atlantic is going to get active roughly about the 20th of August. You know, we're already starting to see some activity, but I really think the Atlantic is really gonna start to blow up. Roughly, you know, once we get towards the 20th. That is what our prediction is right now at the moment. Now, I know this stream is early. I'll be doing early streams from now on, mainly because I have things to do now in the morning. And so, yeah. We'll look here at the chat and see what we got going on here. Nothing going on in the chat, just... So, well, there's not a lot more to talk about except just everyone just keep your eyes on the tropics. Make sure everyone is out there watching the tropics and being very, very, basically just keep watching out and see what the tropics are doing. We'll be giving you the latest updates. The next update will be, in fact, at 1 p.m. Central Time. That will be at 1800 UTC or 1 p.m. Central Time. That will be it for today. There's not a lot more to talk about, but have a wonderful rest of your morning, and I'll talk to you guys later this afternoon. With that being said.